And welcome back, everyone, to Corsace Closed 2022. We return to our first day of the round of 16 winners bracket matches for the second match of the day. It's going to be number 2 seeded Utami versus number 15 seeded seegii. I am this one guy. Joining me once again for this match is going to be Miles. Welcome back, Miles. How is it going?
I'm doing the same as last time, Aaron. We're looking at another David and Goliath of a match here. Utami, like Malashevsky, is one of the players that has really shown up in the last year as one of the best tourney players in the world. Against seegii, who's kind of been seen as a wild card coming into this tournament. People don't really know what to expect from him, but we're going to be looking to see a very interesting match out of this one.
Yeah, I think seegii kind of fills a similar spot here as Akoro did in the last match, where you know they're good and you know that there's stuff that they're very good at, but they're up against somebody who is just clearly one of the best players out there in tournaments and who is heavily, heavily favored in this matchup. I think it's going to be very key, much like last time, for seegii as the underdog to really establish himself with his bans and his early picks. We kind of discussed this, but what would you expect to see out of Mr. seegii as the underdog in this particular match in that regard?
I really think seegii is actually going to be going in the opposite direction as that Akoro took, and where seegii's strength, at least as we know, is in the really aim-heavy picks, like the Nomad ones, the Hard Rock ones, Hidden ones, those mechanics maps. And interestingly enough, Utami's going to be banning Nomad 4. I didn't really expect that ban out of him, but seegii, I really think he's going to be picking the aim in this match, but I feel like he could really go for anything. And while Utami, we all know him to be good at like basically everything in the game, I think he's going to be going for speed and gimmick personally, like the Nomad 5s, the Nomad 6s, maybe all 3 of the DTs, even though I'd be more to watch out for seegii to pick the DT1. But DT2 and 3 definitely in Utami's ballpark, and seegii going to be banning out that DT3, one of the speed maps out.
And we discussed like beforehand that there was a chance that seegii, might end up banning out double gimmick, go like a Nomad 6 Hidden 2 pair of bans. So already we see one of those will be guaranteed to be left up by seegii. So that goes a little bit of a departure from his expected. Now, talking about the mechanics, the aim stuff, do we see maybe Utami banning, a Nomad 1 or Hard Rock 1 here, or does he just go a completely different direction? Are there maybe maps in this pool that he's just not as comfortable with, and maybe he wants to get rid of, rather than trying to ban against seegii, he's just banning, kind of in his own favor?
I think that's definitely a valid strategy for Utami. As previously stated, one of the most well-rounded tourney players in the world. He can kind of play anything. So, if you practice that Nomad 4, if you don't really like the big sliders, you find yourself breaking on some of them or dropping a lot of slider ends, you might just want to ban it out because you don't really like it. Even if you could FC it, you feel more comfortable FCing literally any other map in the pool. And he is going for the Hard Rock 1 ban, the aim map. We are not getting My Chemical Romance again. I am mad.
Yeah, back-to-back freaking Hard Rock 1 bans in the 2 matches that we've seen so far. That makes me sad, man. I just want My Chemical Romance. Like, come on, is it so much to ask for? They just dropped a new single. I mean, like, come on, what are you guys doing to them? They finally returned from an 8-year hiatus, and they're getting their song that's in this pool banned out. What did My Chemical Romance do to the players to deserve this? I don't know.
I don't know. I guess they just hate English music. That's the only English song in this pool, I think.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Ban goes back to seegii. I would be willing to bet a coin flip on Hidden 2 or Nomad 6. As we said, those gimmick maps strongly favoring Utami in this matchup.
Nope.
It's going to be DT1.
He just goes double DT.
Okay.
All right.
That makes sense.
We go triple kind of mechanics bans, right? We get aim banned out by Utami with Hard Rock 1, and then 2 double times banned out by seegii. So this match is pretty guaranteed to be going, maybe like the couple of speedier maps that are left. But other than that, it's a lot of gimmick that's left up. So we're going to be seeing probably some picks in common with the previous match, but I think some departures as well. This opens up the door to, all 3 hiddens being available for these guys, the 2 out of the 3 Hard Rocks. Like, there's a decent amount of stuff available that's going to be kind of non-standard.
And I am not sure who has the first pick in this matchup, but as I said earlier, I fully expect seegii to go into aim. Utami can just pick anything. I'd expect Nomad 6 to come out at some point from him. And it is Siegi's first pick, going to be hidden 3, same as Malashevsky. Seegii going to be opting into the Flow Tech map. Wolves standing towards enemies.
That's interesting. I mean, we saw what people are capable of on this match previously. Obviously, Malashevsky, first pick, FCing that in that previous match, looking very, very comfortable on the hidden flow aim. Seegii, you know, we talked obviously about, like, he has a pretty wide-ranging skill set. The guy can play a lot of different styles of maps, and I still, though, don't know that this would be what I would have expected him to first pick in this matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Also, when you see it,
What am I seeing?
Utami's finger control rating. Okay, yeah, into the tech pick.
Wasn't
Maybe this has been agitated by... Okay, this is not Ikoro versus Malashevsky, but... Utami's ban on Nomad 4. Maybe Seegii seeing that ban on Nomad 4 and thinking, I'm going to pick the other tech map. But can never be so sure, as I know Seegii, he is definitely very strong on this type of map. He loves himself his flow tech maps. But obviously against Utami, it's going to be quite the uphill battle for him.
Yeah, this is like we said. I mean, it's an underdog sort of scenario, and there's an early slider break from well, not Ikoro, from Seegii, but Utami, he broke like the same way too. They both broke on one of those little horizontal linear triples.
Yeah, those are very hard to aim.
That's basically dead even in that case, then. Alright.
From Seegii.
These guys already having maybe a little bit more trouble with this map in the early stages of it than either Malashevsky or Ikoro did. Not going to be seeing an FC on this one like we did in the last match, but we are going to be seeing Utami taking an early lead as Seegii chain misses on that stream. Those cut streams, just not working out for him, unfortunately. And Utami now runs out to about an 80,000 point lead at the halfway mark break.
Yeah, those cut streams are absolutely dangerous, catching out Seegii. He drops a lot of accuracy on them, and even though Utami did drop a break earlier in the map, Seegii's going to be fighting with a 300 combo deficit and a 3% act deficit. That is going to be very bad for his chances on this pick.
Yeah, this is a rough spot to be in. Now, Seegii just has to FC the rest of the map and hope that Utami completely falls apart to have any chance. Like, that's kind of just where we're at here with 130k deficit. And I find that pretty unlikely. You really, on this pool, you can't afford to chain miss anything. Like, none of these maps, you can't afford it because these players are just too good.
Yes. On this type of pool, as much as I trust Seegii to be able to play this type of pool, if you falter for even a little bit, Utami is going to be able to take advantage of you. And even though Utami does find an awkward break on that buzz slider, Seegii just doesn't have enough combo or accuracy to be able to take a lead in the ending stages of the map.
Yeah, 2% accuracy down and a couple 100,000 points. This was a foregone conclusion when Seegii found like his last break. I think it was basically over at that point. He's put up a good showing here at the end, finally kind of getting comfortable with the cut back and forth streams, but unfortunately it's all too little too late for Seegii, and that's going to be an opening break point for Utami to take a 1-0 lead and looking to back that up, get the consolidation on his own first pick. Now we're gonna learn something interesting, I feel, with Utami's first pick. Like, I really, we talked like kind of back and forth about what he might be feeling the best about picking in this particular matchup, but the bans being what they were and the first pick from Seegii being what it was might throw a little bit of a wrench in, kind of the expectations for how this match was going to play out.
I think after those speed bans and after this first pick, I feel like there is no way Utami doesn't go for this Nomad 5 here. Seegii banning out 2 speed maps, or 2 relative speed maps. There is just no way. 240 BPM speed, staring you in the face, Utami. Pick it for us.
Just pick Nomad 5, brother.
Yeah, just pick it. I mean, like, you're gonna FC it, right?
I'm pretty
sure.
Double FC
earlier.
I would say Utami can like FC. I mean, he can like in the sense of able to FC any map in this pool, and it's gonna be Nomad 2. All right,
I didn't
we go
really
Knowledge
expect
King
this.
Nomad 2. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think I expected this to be a first pick for anybody. This is like a later on type of pick, I feel like, compared to the rest of this pool for most of these players. But Utami left hand is incredibly strong. Like his stamina is incredible. So this is definitely within his wheelhouse, and I think, you know, he should be able to FC this with relative ease, and we'll just be up to seegii to see how he performs on it.
Absolutely, and especially after taking the victory on that flow aim pick. Flow aim tech is flow aim, so Utami going to be taking the linear path out of that into Nomad 2. This map very straining on the flow aim.
It's a little bit different on this one, I feel. This one, you know, a lot more of like the Knowledge King Nomad 2 style is a lot of, you know, kind of subtle curves, and more, you know, more gentle direction changes compared at least to that Hidden 3, which is, you know, kind of the very directly like 180-degree back and forth cut streams and stuff. So it does require, I think, kind of a different style of flow aim, but it is definitely, you know, still under that same general umbrella heading.
Do you see it now, Aaron?
I do.
All right, thanks.
I do, in fact. We should be like, there's a Discord Osu bot, as a tangent, that anytime there's a 7.27 in or a 727 in any like score that it is used to post, it will bold it. I feel like we should just clearly go that same direction.
Yeah, of course. I think it's Bathbot that does that. Okay. Into the map.
Everybody knows it's Bathbot, but I didn't feel the need to specify. I guess I should have, because everybody's like, oh, it's Bathbot. I'm like, yes, I am aware. Thank you. But here we go. Pray for neither of these guys to find a chain miss on that one spaced, like, 8-note burst that makes that big curve into the break, because that was kind of Ikoro's downfall against Malashevsky last match. I would not like to see anybody else endure that same fate.
Yeah, nothing more painful than missing before the break. But seegii missing on an early stream, missing the last note of that stream. Gonna be dropping that early combo deficit. Utami still on the SS 300 combo in.
This is like definitely an Utami SS map. I'm like, just, it's feasible.
Yeah, it could happen. I mean, remember the Nomad 2s from USC?
Yeah, that's exactly what I had in mind. Or there was a free mod 3 that there was a stream map as a free mod 3 in one of the rounds as well. I forget offhand what map it was, but he FC'd that too, I think.
Right, here it is.
And
Neither
they both hit
breaking.
it. All right, let's go. You love to see it.
Seegii's accuracy keeping him in touch, though. If Utami were to find a break shortly, Seegii would be able to take advantage. But betting on Utami to break is just not something you want to have to do.
Yeah, that kind of goes back to what I was talking about. Like, there's so many maps in this pool, and these players are so good at those maps, where if you miss, you just lose. Like, it's just how it goes. Like, you're not allowed to miss because the other player's probably just FCing, and this Nomad 2 is another kind of example of that, where seegie's putting on a fine show. He has 99.6 AC. He's only down like 200 combo from that early break. But Utami's SSing, so it doesn't matter.
Alright, there's still the longest streams of the map to go. I don't know if any of these players suffer from nerves, but if you misaim any of these streams and you're gone.
I think on a pool like this, which I think, like, at least for these caliber of players, is probably not going to feel super difficult. I don't think your nerves are going to be too terrible, especially this early on in the match. And in we go toward the last quarter. Leads 100k, which actually is not that big, because if you miss once, you lose a ton of score because you're going to chain miss on these streams, but neither player is showing any signs of that happening to them. Both guys looking so consistent and comfortable. The axe staying high, the combo staying high, and the lead just holding. And there goes seegii.
Tommy, will he hold the SS? He is gaming right now, guys. Okay.
Is it gonna happen? Coming down to the last stream! He does it! Utami with the SS. Congratulations, Utami, on the first SS of the bracket stage of Corsace Closed 2022. I would like to note that I called that as an Utami SS map after like 200 combo. The guy lived up to expectations. He lived up to expectations and then some. You love to see it. Utami, a pretty strong showing, about as strong as it gets, in fact. And seegii puts up a 722k nearly, and it's just rendered irrelevant because Utami decided that he would SS the map and take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, you physically cannot do anything about that except SS yourself and force a replay because the map has no spinners, but that's pretty hard. SSing a 7-star Nomad 2 by Knowledge King, 201 BPM, pretty hard. But now the pick goes back to seegii, and I'm just thinking, when is he going to pick the aim? There's still Nomad 1. I feel like he could go for Nomad 3 if he wants to. And Hidden 1, although I think that's more risky. Everything is risky against Utami.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. Like, unironically, I would have said maybe just go Nomad 1 here, but... Oh, we're going Nomad 3, it sounds like. God-ish. Let's go. seegii is really, really good at alt. Like, incredibly strong alt player. So I absolutely understand this pick here. But, you know, Utami good at everything, so not really gonna be scared. But this is actually, I think this is a double FC map, like, feasibly.
Yeah, between these two players, for sure.
These are guys who will not have trouble with it.
Yeah, seegii historically being very strong at alt. This map is by Seros. This map is unranked. There are a few ranked sets at this point, I think.
Is this a custom? It's got the right ID to be a custom. Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Sound?
In the description, it says it was in Hippo Cup and Corsace Closed. So he just... Or wait, this is a custom for Closed.
It's a custom added to a set.
Yeah, there's two different diffs that have been customs, I think.
Well, because there was a map of this. I guess we're starting, so it's silly to continue talking about this. But there was a map of this that was in Hippo Cup, but it wasn't a custom for Hippo Cup. So I'm not really sure how this works.
Who cares?
It was the pedal one that was in Hippo Cup, so I don't really know. But whatever. In we go to our third pick. seegii looking to get on the board with his second map selection here.
Tommy dropping his SS early. Not going to see 2 SSs in a row. That would be pretty absurd, but seegii is going to hold on to his for the time being.
This is a reasonable map to ACK. I mean, it's really not... Like, here, I feel like ACK drops on a map like this are going to come from misses more likely than... Like, most of the time. Obviously, Utami with kind of the exception to that, but... You know, if you're super comfortable with it, you're going to drop a 50 in slider break. Okay, alright, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
That's really unlucky for seegii, dropping his combo now. Utami is going to be able to reign supreme, even though seegii still has the accuracy advantage. Gonna need to see a break from Utami rather soon if he wants to be able to take this back. The map is already a third of the way over.
Yeah, this is like that kind of modern alt where it's like snap aim is the main difficulty and you just get those like random little tricky aim patterns and everything else you should be probably pretty comfortable with. Both players, I mean, like you said, seegii's up in ACK, but you just can't afford to miss. Like that's just how this is going. If you miss, you lose. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I guess these really high skill cap players nowadays, I wonder if Utami on this pool feels the same way that every tournament player like 5 years ago felt on like 5-star or low 6-star pools. Like where it says, oh, this map easy, FC.
Well, we'll see. Zach is finally back up over 99. Still actually like decently behind in the accuracy, but it just, the combo being what it is. We're getting toward the point of no return here. It's 140k strictly speaking, comebackable. Strictly speaking, comebackable, but Utami would have to break pretty much ASAP if seegii wanted to have a chance, because he does have his combo back, but he's still 400 combo behind, and 160,000 points is a lot to make up when you don't have that much time.
Yeah, and every second that Utami keeps comboing, it just gets further and further out of reach for seegii. As strong as his re-established combo and accuracy are.
Yeah, I think it is actually over at this point, unfortunately, for Mr. seegii. Utami is just too good at holding that combo. It's literally one break is the difference between winning and losing all three of these maps, and seegii has come out on the wrong side of all of them. You kind of hate to see it, but that's just the very small gaps between these players at the top end, is being able to one miss versus being able to FC. And that's a 3-0 double break lead already.
Yeah, that was actually an S-rank play from seegii, having that one unfortunate slider break in the first ki, and having the accuracy advantage by 5 100s, but it just not mattering because he didn't aim the slider tick.
That is
unlucky.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for seegii.
And you would think that's 2 700k scores. Like, he got 720k on the last map, 719k. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, God. I mean, he had 7 misses on the first map, but other than that, it's like, what do you do? I mean, Utami is at a grand total of 1 miss through 3 maps in much the same way that we saw Malashevsky, and it's just really hard to do anything about that. And now we go Utami looking to consolidate a double break point. He went Nomad 2, so now he's going to go Nomad 5.
There it is.
As long as it loads. We'll get to listen to Nomad 3 a little bit more, but that's fine. So, speed map, bursts, streams, 240 BPM, very, very little aim. This was an accuracy battle between Okoro and Malashevsky that Malashevsky came out on top. We'll see if it ends up being an AC battle again here, or if we actually get a break on this map this time for the first time in the tournament.
Yeah, as much as I mentioned that this pick would favor Utami, I do think seegii can still play this map, and if Utami were somehow to find a misaim or an unlucky finger lock and drop a lot of accuracy, then seegii would be able to take this, but this pick, I think, definitely favors Utami very heavily. On the surface level, at least.
Yeah, I mean, this is, again, like, if not an Utami SS map, it's, an Utami 99 plus AC map, because he's really good at, as we've said over and over, his stamina and speed are, some of his best skill sets. So, and we talked about this in the previous match, but, these Nomad 5s are relatively easy for Nomad 5 players to be consistent on. You just aren't going to break that much when there's this little aim requirement. And so I think the odds are not too bad that we see another double FC.
For sure. As we like to say, speed is a binary skill set. You can either play it or you can't.
Yep.
And as we're seeing right now, both of these players look like they are able to play it. Despite seegii's double BT ban. Oh, Utami with an early break.
He slider broke on that quick little double kick slider thing. That could honestly lose him this map. Like, unironically, because seegii can just FC this now. I know that sounds like, just FC the map forehead, but like, unironically, if you just FC now, you win. That's how this match goes. If you FC, you win, and if you don't FC, you pretty much auto-lose.
Yeah, but seegii's got to get through it. There's still a lot of map to go. And Utami still with the 0.8 accuracy lead.
Yeah, much like the previous match, this has been seegii playing well and Utami just being slightly better in much the same way that, the last one was Okoro playing well and Malashevsky just being a little bit better. But now Utami is dropped below 8 AC as well, so the climb back becomes a little bit more difficult as seegii continues to hold on to pretty much the same AC he's had the whole time and still has the FC alive. We're at halfway through. That lead about 80,000 points for seegii. Could this be the break point that gets him on the board?
Far it's looking like it. Utami dropping his accuracy a little. It's going to be shortening that accuracy lead now to only 0.15. But seegii still has to get through this. He is only up by around 300 combo. A little bit less than that, actually. So a break from seegii would spell the immediate doom of him, if not in, like, the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think if you're seegii at this point, you kind of just try to play combo game if necessary. Like if there's any point where you feel like you might miss by tapping like precisely, you just play combo game instead of back game and make sure to hold your FC, because that's how you win this. And he's doing that very well so far. He's actually barely even behind in accuracy. It's only a couple hundred separating them.
And that's going to prove very useful for him. And now seegii taking the accolade. If he were to drop now, it would be a little bit longer for Utami to take the lead back. He would have to equalize whatever combo seegii breaks at.
And I don't think it's going to happen. I'm pretty sure seegii is just going to hold this FC and he's going to get the break point and be on the board in this match because he's looking very comfortable still. Hasn't dropped much accuracy in a while. And there goes the yep, that's going to do it.
The break point comes in for seegii. Very unexpected, taking this no mod 5 pick away from Utami after banning 2 DT maps, taking the no mod 5 speed map, and dropping a lot of hack. And he misses at the very end.
Oh, that sucks. Luckily, like, it didn't matter, but seegii trolled the ending just a tad. Unfortunately, the map was already out of reach for Utami at that point, and that gets him on the board. You like to see it. I'm not entirely sure what happened with Utami there. You expect him to be a little stronger in that type of map, but seegii, to his credit, did exactly what he needed to win it. And, well, you know, it's still an uphill battle. Obviously, it's still 3-1, but it's 1 break point to the good for the side of seegii in the pursuit of getting back into this. Still a ways to go, obviously. Best of 11. Utami needs 3 more maps. seegii needs 5, but getting on the board is the first step.
It's 1 pick at a time.
Good DT2?
Maybe DT2 after taking the no mod 5, although I still think that would be unexpected.
I think it's really scary.
I think he just goes no mod 1. That is the seegii bread and butter map. Always been no mod 1. If you know this player, he has been doing this for 5 years, guys. No mod 1. It's happening.
As much as we've been talking about it, it just has not happened, so I'm not really sure. Oh, DT2, DT2. So he's just trying to go the momentum route where you win a map in a certain skill set and you just stay within, you know, the closest thing to that skill set you have, which is going to be, you know, dropping from 240 BPM no mod 5 to 218 BPM DT2, but still plenty of left hand required in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. This map falling a little bit more under the realm of finger control than speed, though. And there is a little bit of the aim requirement coming in with the CS 4.6. But I think both players will ultimately be very comfortable on this map.
I think you are absolutely correct that... Where is this? Okay, whatever. Sorry, I was trying to fix something real quick and it wasn't fixing itself. Yeah, I think, again, we're going to see pretty good performances on this. I guess that's kind of to be expected from this entire pool, though. I don't know. I feel bad phrasing it this way, but it kind of feels like Utami has to underperform for seegii to win points, because that's kind of what happened on that no mod 5, and that's kind of what you'd expect out of this DT2 as well. But that also just kind of goes to say that the Utami expectation is an FC on every map, which is a little ridiculous when you think about it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we have these crazy expectations for the top players in the game, but like, still, they're humans too. Humans miss sometimes.
I don't know. Go back to Milk Tea in the last 2 tournaments he's played. I'm not sure if that guy's human anymore.
True. But like the guys like Bubble Man in 2019.
Oh my god.
God just did not miss.
Idkey 2019 OWC.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Those kind of performances are few and far between. Did Tommy just full 100 a burst, by the way?
Yeah, he did. So seegii's going to be getting an early accolade on this pick. And we saw Ikoro do the same thing on that burst in the last match, except I think Utami actually did it on the burst before the one Ikoro messed up on.
I think Ikoro dropped his Zac on the stream, and Utami dropped his Zac on a burst that was a little before it.
Yeah.
But it will come closer to equalizing, seegii dropping a little bit of back, but Utami dropping a little bit more, so yeah, it's really just gonna come down to combo. Oh, and there goes seegii. You know, I don't know if he like finger locked or just slightly mistapped. You know, he dropped a bunch of 50s, dropped a couple misses, and the accuracy lead and combo lead go over to Utami just like that. And now he is off to the races.
lose the accuracy lead as well. It is... Oh, but Utami breaks. Alright, this is suddenly back in reach for seegii if he can improve his accuracy a little. And more drops for Utami. Okay, that is a little bit out of character.
Yeah, I was saying, that's very un-Utami-like. I'm not really sure at all what just happened to him, but that means that seegii will be able to claw away at this lead. It's 50,000 points. That's more than achievable with the amount of time that's left in this. Accuracy goes to seegii's favor. Combo goes to seegii's favor. And we'll see what he can make of this next stream section, though. This is a lot of note density here.
And if he finds another unlucky finger lock like he did before, then it could just shoot right back in Utami's favor, but he is currently holding strong, and the lead goes back in his favor.
Wow, what a development here. seegii holding, taking the lead back. We've got the last quarter still to play, but seegii has gotten to where he looks much more comfortable on this pick, and that lead is going to continue to grow because he's got a 300 combo advantage and a slight accuracy lead to go with it.
He's going to look like he's going to consolidate his breakpoint on that Nomad 5, going to come back to 2-3, but there is still a little bit of map to go. If he does a little trolling in this last chorus, it could still go back in Utami's favor with that reestablished combo and accuracy. Oh, but seegii slider breaks!
Oh my goodness, okay, this is now winnable for Utami. He just has to FC the ending, which, you know, again, just FC it, but it is... What?
Hello?
Hello?
Fine.
I'm gonna say Utami's gonna win it because I don't think I've seen it. Wait, maybe not. Oh, this sucks.
Okay, look at the MP.
Yeah, we're just gonna look at the MP. Man,
Utami
this sucks.
wins by 40,000 points. Utami took that pick.
How did he win by 40,000 points? What happened?
Perhaps a little trolling was committed by seegii.
No, he didn't. Wait, what the? Okay, wait, so the client is nothing at all like how that score actually went. Like, not even close. I think Utami might have actually FC'd the ending when that was just lagging to hell, because he actually ended up with almost 700k. So I'm guessing what happened was Utami was hitting that whole time and the client was just dying, so it showed him missing, because that's what happens with the tournament client. It ended up as the final score being 697k to 659k in Utami's favor. So I'm going to guess that they both played the ending pretty well. seegii might have missed like once or twice, and Utami probably, you know, FC'd or maybe missed once at most. All those 50s did not actually happen. You saw a ton of 50s on that score screen, and it was actually 2 50s from Utami and 8 from seegii. So I don't know what just happened, but at the end of the day, Utami won it, got the break point right back, and he takes a 4-1 lead. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Peppy, if you're listening, watch this clip to know why so many people complain about your tournament client. Next pick is going to go to Utami, though, and we'll see if he goes back to left-hand mechanics or goes somewhere different finally.
Yeah, can he pick reading already? Like make a sound.
Still got Nomad 6 DT and Hidden 2. Like,
yeah, I think this Nomad 6 is just, it's staring him in the face even more so than Nomad 5 was. And there's a Hidden 2, though. Yep. So he does go into the gimmicks. Be one of them.
Yeah, I figured it was going to be one of them. So, Hidden 2, Nanatsu Koyoto, Kawa's extra difficulty, 5.79 stars, 2 minutes long, and it is, of course, an Air 8.2 CS5 pick, which is about as right up Utami's alley as it gets.
Anyone who has played tournaments in the last half decade or so should probably be familiar with this map. This map, I believe it was in OWC 2018. I want to say it was 18 in finals.
Because it was data pooling, and it was when it had that like full screen missnapped like 1/6 or 1/4, I think it was a 1/4, right? That was missnapped like cross screen, and it got into the pool because it like showed up. I don't know. I don't remember how exactly it happened.
Yeah, that has been long since fixed, and now it is a Hidden 2 here in Corsace Closed round of 16.
Was it this diff, by the way? I don't remember that part.
Yes,
I just knew it was this map set. Okay. But yeah, nice little throwback. Cool little pick. And I think this is something that should be pretty favored to Utami, but the way this match has been going, I feel like it comes off as a little bit more of a toss-up than otherwise, because Utami is, for whatever reason, just a little bit below his normal level on this particular occasion. And I don't know if it's me, but are we getting gameplay? I don't think we're getting gameplay.
I am not seeing anything. I'm hearing sound, though.
Yeah, there's music, but there's no gameplay.
I love Discord streams and OSU client.
All right. Well,
We unfortunately cannot be giving you guys.
Yeah, there's not a lot
gameplay.
I can do here. So hopefully we can get this little technical issue sorted out here quickly enough, and can get back into the gameplay. I don't have anything I can say at all because I have no idea what's happening, and yeah. So apologies for the trouble here, but hopefully we can get this sorted out and get you back in momentarily. All right, we have a client reloaded. It sounds like we're making some quick frantic fixes on the back end.
Streamer doing everything in his power to get us back to the gameplay. The map is probably about halfway done at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty short, right? This is like 2 minutes, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be getting on toward over.
I'll be watching the MP link if it does happen to end.
Same. I have my MP link open. I'm gonna in fact open my own tourney client and see if I can't bring this up. It will probably be over by then, though, unfortunately. So.
And it has ended.
And Utami won.
Winning
an unfortunate 2 miss, but he does get the point by about 100,000. So that'll be Utami now taking a 5-1 lead. And we're going to go on to the next pick from seegii as he tries to defend against a litany of match points against him. Does he eventually pick Nomad 1? Like, we've been expecting the seegii Nomad 1 this whole time, and it hasn't happened.
He has to. Like Utami banned Hard Rock 1, right? Like, it's just telling you, like, come on, man, pick the aim, pick it for us. And I don't feel like there's anything else in this pool that really stands out to me as something that seegii would pick at this stage of the match. Maybe like a Hard Rock 2 or something. Like, Utami traditionally has not been the strongest on Hard Rock, although he has gotten a lot better at it in recent years. So I would expect maybe like Nomad 1 or maybe a Hard Rock 2 or 3 if he's going somewhere else.
Yeah, I think, like, I don't know, as many times as I've said I think Nomad 1, it's not been Nomad 1. And instead he's going to go Hidden 1 here, which I don't know if the client is updated for that as of yet, but it is going to be a Hidden 1 pick. So he is going a 1 regardless.
Thank God.
But it's going to be, you know, kind of an awkward aim, slightly higher BPM Hidden 1 instead of the somewhat slightly lower BPM Nomad 1, which is a little more of a raw aim map. Sounds like our client's back functional as well, so we should actually be able to get you gameplay for this particular map. Again, apologies for the trouble with the last one, but we should be able to actually see what happens here on Hidden 1. And it's interesting, we could see the first pick and the last pick of this match both being Hiddens. Depending on how it goes.
Yeah, this map featuring some very difficult bursts and linear patterns, a lot more awkward than, say, your typical Nomad 1. But I feel like seegii definitely does have a shot on this pick after missing the first note, but, you know, first note doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, one combo behind, like, whatever, the slightest bit of accuracy behind, it's not really the end of the world by any stretch of the imagination. This is it's what, like 2.5 minutes, so again, it's relatively short, but there is a decent amount of combo to be built up nonetheless.
Yeah, especially with the 228 BPM, there's going to be a lot of density in the combo. Especially during the more bursty sections. But
seegii, brother. That was like the small aim too. He just, I'm not even exactly sure what happened on that pattern, but it did not go well for him. and that's going to set him back a pretty decent margin. Utami holding on, solid accuracy. See if he can maintain his combo this time in a way that has eluded him a couple times previously, despite winning most of the picks.
And seegii, as per the past maps, he is reestablishing his combo, so if Utami were to break shortly, seegii would be able to start clawing at the lead, but as of right now, into the bridge section, it is looking ever more unlikely that Utami will break on this pick.
Yeah, it's felt like,
to go, though.
It's felt like every time, you know, seegii gets like that early break, he ends up building up a lot of combo, but another couple of misses come in. Oh, and a chain. Okay, well, that just ends the match.
Yeah, GG, well played.
I don't really think there's any coming back from that one. Unfortunately, that was about, what, 4 misses in the span of 5 seconds. You can't afford that when your opponent is FCing.
Mm-hmm. And the accuracy drop that comes with that, he is down a lot in every facet of the game.
This is one of those, like, if Utami set his pen down and walked away, he might be able to lose this pick, but otherwise he's just in the driver's seat home free pretty much. This was kind of a risky pick, I think. I think this was actually more risky than the Nomad one, personally. Either of them was, like, okay, but I think Nomad one maybe carried a little less of the same style of risk for seegii, and unfortunately, sometimes you flip a coin and it ends up falling on the wrong side, and that's kind of what's happening here.
Yeah. Except when your opponent is Utami and he's FCing with this act, you might as well call heads or tails, flip a coin, and it ends up falling in a crack and not landing at all. Because your opponent is FCing with 99.6, what do you do?
WCYG moments. And that's it. Utami with the FC to close out the match with an exclamation mark. 6-1, the final score. That is Utami advancing. He'll go on to the quarterfinals in the winner's bracket to face... Oh, goodness. How is this a quarterfinals matchup? He faces the winner of Badu versus Emrek.
Oh my god.
Oh my
okay,
goodness. That's
another banger
busted.
match.
How did Badu and Emrek get the 7 and 10 seeds? That's not okay.
You never know.
That's not okay. That's going to be a ridiculous... Like, that's a ridiculous round of 16 match, and it will set up against Utami a ridiculous quarterfinal match. seegii drops down to loser's bracket. He will face off against, the loser of Badu versus Emrek. So, already setting up some ridiculous matchups for next week's quarterfinals round. This tournament is nuts, man.
Never know what's going to happen in these types of tournaments, and they're just setting up insane matchups for us. Well, that is going to be the end of our second match of the block. GG, well played to seegii and Utami. Our next matchup is going to be Matthew versus Bartek, coming to us in 13 minutes.
17 minutes.
17 minutes.
17
okay,
minutes.
I'm okay. I can read. Yeah, close enough. It's a number. It's a number.
It's plus or minus. It's 15 plus or minus 2 minutes. Yep. So yeah, we will be back for that match on the other side of this break. Stick around for the last match of our opening block here of the bracket stage. You don't want to miss it.
Really don't. Corsace Closed, where the action is. Thank you all for watching this match. We will see you all at the next match in 16 minutes and 55 seconds.